Can you tell me the difference between an android, a transhuman, and a cyborg? If you can, make sure to leave a comment below. Also, you get bonus points if you can name a character of all three of those types, either from like TV, film, books, or real life. Go for it. Today, I'm going to reveal my latest experiment with transhumanism and artificial intelligence. We'll explore what inspired me to build it, the philosophy behind it, and how it actually works in real life. In a cyberpunk transhumanist future, we won't rely on pre-made apps like we do today. Our enhanced abilities, thanks to powerful cybernetic implants and artificial intelligence tools, will let us dream up and build custom solutions for our own unique problems instantly. We will be self-sufficient creators, iterating and optimizing bespoke tools to fit our own unique needs. A lot of people have been predicting this for entertainment, but I think apps, like the ones on your phone, will be built as soon as the problem arises with its own style and user interface that is ideal for the way you want it to work. That's the journey we're going to be taking today, how transhumanism can actually elevate our lives and maybe even our bank accounts. Imagine augmenting your brain so that you could analyze the entire stock market in seconds. Not just surface numbers, but deep, meaningful patterns that actually help you make money. That's the idea behind something I've been working on, a real-time data hacking and data scraping device that points to a future where we truly merge human ingenuity with AI-driven power. And I've named it the Transhuman Dividend Machine. Now, is it scary? Maybe. But is it exciting? Most definitely. Now, like with all things, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not giving you financial advice. Please do your own research and your own due diligence and make your own choices when it comes to your money and your risk associated with investments. With that out of the way, are you ready? Let's begin. I guess I'm what I would call a small-time investor. Each month, I put aside a small fraction of my income to regularly buy and sell shares using popular apps like IG and Freetrade. In the early days of investing, I really didn't know what I was doing, and occasionally I'd be surprised to find these little bonuses in my account, a few pence here or a couple of quid there. This income appeared to come out of nowhere, but they were being paid by the same companies whose shares I'd already invested in. Now, of course, I'm talking about dividends. Dividends are periodic profits companies pay to shareholders, often quarterly, as a way of saying thank you for being a shareholder. Many investors, like myself, use dividends as a way to build passive income, sometimes building portfolios designed to pay out each and every month like a salary. But there's one big caveat. Qualifying for the next company's payout always comes down to timing. Each company pays on its own schedule, and the crucial ex-dividend date, the deadline for qualifying for a dividend, varies widely from company to company. Now, the ex-dividend date is key here. If you own the stock at any point before that date and keep owning into the ex-dividend date, you get the payment. But if you buy it on or after the ex-dividend date, you miss it and nothing will be paid to you. To chase dividends quickly, buy before the ex-dividend date then sell, requires watching thousands of global companies all with different schedules, and tracking all of those dates manually is basically impossible. Wouldn't it be amazing if I could just see a list of, say, the next 14 days of ex-dividend dates coming up, so I could move around my money accordingly and effectively scalp these bonuses in order to generate more of these payments at a regular rate? And that's when inspiration struck, when I was in the bath, as that's where most of my mad ideas come from. I thought, why not build something with AI to simply automate this? And of course, give it a little cyberpunkery edge while I'm at it. Enter the Transhuman Dividend Machine. I started with ChatGPT asking if I could create an app that lists stock names alongside their ex-dividend dates. I got solid advice about using libraries like Y-Finance for real-time market data, DateTime to handle time-sensitive calculations, TK-Inter for a sleek interface with submodules TTK, scroll text and font, threading, and Q to keep things running smoothly, requests and beautiful soup for extra web scraping, random for a cool matrix-like animation to be added later, and a custom module called DD for due diligence to dig deeper into each stock. At first, the program only checked the companies I fed it, so I decided to get AI to generate for me 2 lists of the top companies in the US and UK, 500 US stocks and 300 UK stocks. I plugged these into a text file to allow for the main program script to cross-reference each ticker symbol on Yahoo Finance, thus retrieving the upcoming ex-dividend dates and filter them out to only display those that are happening in the next couple of weeks. Are you with me? Perfect. I also had AI produce a total of 86 dividend-based hints and tips, set up to be warnings about dividend traps and a whole bunch more. Then have these tips randomly displayed at the top of the app because honestly, I need to keep things in check when I'm in investor mode, especially when it comes to navigating the real-world risks associated with investing in stocks and shares. The dividend trap is a potential risk period between your ex-dividend date and the date your dividend bonus is paid. During this period, I would suggest that it's important to hold the shares throughout that time because the shares may dip, and if they do, and the stock is good, it's likely to go back to its previous levels. A good way to avoid the dividend trap is to make sure that you're investing in companies that are financially healthy. You've got to do your research. Look at companies' financials, look at the health of a company, and make sure you're making the right decisions prior to buying the shares. Like always, your capital is at risk, so go with caution and be sure to pick the shares that you feel the most aligned with based on your risk and your association to your financial goals. Early versions of the app had a traditional GUI and a separate terminal window, which I thought was a bit boring. So again, with the help of AI, I merged them, adding a neon teal text terminal inside the interface, complete with a matrix-style animation whenever I click the button, Load Data. Now this lovely snippet of code uses the module's random and time to produce lines of glitchy glyphs to set the cyberpunk transhuman-esque mood. I'm really proud of it. If you've been following and enjoying my channel, you know how much I absolutely love tech projects like this, merging AI with Python and things like quantum computing and all that kind of cool, rad stuff. This, along with my previous videos, has been a wonderful journey that has really helped me to learn Python. It's been great, from building Doom maps using quantum computers to creating a quantum cyberpunk stock market simulator. I have learned so much, and I attribute it all to artificial intelligence. I am learning Python, and I encourage you, if you haven't yet started tinkering with Python and artificial intelligence, you should. You will learn Python, and at the same time, you'll be developing apps that are way more functional than just a really boring hello world program. You can actually build your own things to solve real life problems. It's flipping brilliant. Do it. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you want any more details on how I actually coded it, or you want to see my workflow of how I go from AI to Python to developing an actual app, please leave a message in the comments below and I'll go through the workflow in a separate video. Until next time, be rad, keep experimenting, and know that you are just one idea away from building a fully functional app that will cost you nothing to develop. As Gibson famously said, the future is already here, it's just not evenly distributed. Well, maybe it's time we change that. One Python script, one line of code, and one YouTube video at a time. Cheers. And that's it. I think that's it.
Warning, banned location, override, Talon Series system compromised.